Lollapalooza, senhoras e senhores, eu sou o Fábio Massari, vocês estão comigo aqui em San José, Califórnia, passeando, trocando uma ideia com a rapaziada e acompanhando a Music Television brasileira em mais um trecho americano agora da nossa grande rota mundial dos festivais. Bem-vindos à edição de 1996 do Lollapalooza. A edição de 1996 do Lollapalooza deu muito o que falar. Primeiro, seu organizador, mentor espiritual, Perry Farrell, saiu andando por descontentamento com o festival. Depois, a organização do festival, na verdade, a escolha das bandas meio que desagradou os fãs mais radicais. Na verdade, a gente vai saber com a rapaziada o que eles acham do Lollapalooza 96. É isso que eles acham do Lollapalooza 96. With the whole Seattle thing, how does it feel for the band, and do you think that it was sort of harmful for the band in any point of your career to be too much identified with the whole grunge and Seattle thing, whatever?
Yeah, I'd say it's harmful because most of the people that came out of there become heroin addicts and are now planted 6 feet under the ground. So I'd say it's a very unhealthy thing to come from Seattle.
You read something about Seattle nowadays, you read something about the problem with the heroin. Do you think that bands from Seattle should sort of come forward and sort of discuss the issue? I mean, mainly because most of the things that these bands say is that they appeal directly to the kids.
I think they should come forward and talk about how they shouldn't be doing it instead of coming forward and talking about how they are doing it. I mean, you know, all you have to do is look at the list of people who died from drugs, and I mean, it doesn't take Einstein to figure out that that's a bad thing, you know. So I would, none of us in the band do drugs, and we're not preaching to anybody. It's just look at the list of the deceased, you know, and that's a lesson for anybody. Melvins were, have been, and continue to be a punk rock band.
mean, a lot of people talked about this year's Lollapalooza as some sort of a different kind of festival, mainly because of the bands that are playing. The sort of the festival is kind of betraying its origins when it sort of started as a thing that...
They say that every year. Every year, either it's Sony Palooza or William Morris Palooza, or, you know, I mean, every year they have some sort of a comment about why we're different and why we should be doing things differently, but in fact, it's just a big rock show.
What do you make of the Lollapalooza '96? I mean, sort of balance.
It's big. You know, it's the biggest tour we've done so far. It's the biggest production, the most number of people. It's a pretty interesting tour.
In terms of crowd, I mean, how many people, I mean, in the end, how many people would you have as an amount of people?
I think pretty close to 500,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
500,000. And how many people work on the whole organization, sort of security, everything?
Almost 400. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of
people,
hotel rooms.
Yeah. And how long does it take to set everything? I mean, are you playing them a date after date? Do you have a break?
We do shows every day, so pretty much takes us about 6 hours to set up and an hour and a half to tear everything down, which is pretty incredible considering it's 20 trucks and 30 buses.
What's up? We're Racid, we're from California. Look at down there now, just like you vision around. Same old game that he's playing. His souls on every before you bought it.
A lot of people, there was a lot of speculation whether Metallica sort of changed the route of the Lollapalooza this year in order not to sort of play the same.
Everything changes the route of Lollapalooza every year. It's a very complicated organization, but we tried to play big fields instead of amphitheaters, and it's not that many around. You know, I mean, it's very difficult to try and find these type of places all over the United States. We found 22 good ones, and we're very happy, and we're going to pack it up and go home in a few days.
Get onto the bus, that's gonna take you back to Beelzebub. Get onto the bus, that's gonna make you stop going rubber-dub.
Fábio Massari com a rapaziada do Soul Camping aqui ainda nos ônibus atrás do segundo palco. Soul Camping, let's start talking about Brazil, samba. You play
Brazil. Yeah, we used to play in a Brazilian band, and we used to sing a lot of samba songs such as Brazil. Yeah. We like the physicality of the music a lot, and it's got other dimensions too, but like, you know, we like to push air, and when that happens, you know, it makes more space for everything else, like the lyrics, the singing, the samples, you know, it's...
Who you're here to see?
Everybody. Metallica mostly.
And apart from the music, what's the best thing about a festival?
Moshing.
Moshing.
I'm here for the Ramones and Rancid!
I saw the Ramones right now, which kicked ass! Sorry.
Who else?
But I'm just waiting for Metallica, man! I'm stoked!
Who's your favorite band of this year's festival?
Soundgarden!
All right. And apart from the music, apart from the bands, what's the best thing about the festival?
Metallica!
Acho que vai ser difícil falar com a rapaziada aqui.
said, I mean, now Lollapalooza has sort of betrayed its origins, you know, because at the beginning it was sort of an alternative thing, and nowadays, I mean, you have mainly sort of what people call mainstream bands. What do you make of it?
Does somebody have the right definition of what the origin of Lollapalooza was? I mean, whose opinion is righter or whose opinion is more right than the other guy? I think Lollapalooza has always been about bringing together different bands that do different things, and the only kind of music that they never really had on here was hard rock music. Now they did. They called us. So I think that's what Lollapalooza has always been about. It's about bringing together as many different music styles as possible.
A lot of the, let's say, die-hard fans say, oh, they're sort of selling out, usual sort of stupid terms, selling out, all these kind of things. But how were you ready? We are sort of waiting for this reaction from these kind of fans?
People have been saying we've been selling out since we put Fade to Black on Ride the Lightning in 1984. It's really not something that concerns me very much. Has happened is it's just been a natural continuation of what we've been doing. I wanted to get my hair cut, so I got my hair cut. So I think if you sit down and do something on purpose, then the reactions to it can maybe be much more adversely, then you can expect things to go much more all over the place. We just kind of did this because we wanted to. It was a very natural thing. So it really kind of surprised me that people were that riled up over it. But I think it's actually really funny. I mean, now I'm actually really enjoying it, just to really screw with people on purpose, and I think it's great.
Something nowadays in magazines, I mean, people are sort of talking about the metal situation. I mean, metal is dead, all these kind of things. Again, mainly is things of the music press, but how do you see the situation of the metal music, if there is still something that we can call metal nowadays?
I think it's probably pretty dead. I don't think there's very much life going on, but I think, what we're doing, it really is pretty much its own thing. People keep talking about how Metallica is going to save heavy metal or save hard rock or any of this crap. I really don't think that's going to happen. We're just kind of doing our own thing, and I think most of those other bands were pretty much kind of killed themselves by not being innovative enough and not being interested in developing more and maybe being more varied in their approach. They always put out the same records all the time, and it got kind of stagnant, you know what I mean?